The dagger had just pierced the skin, yet the wound healed itself at a visibly rapid pace. A subordinate introduced this reincarnation subject to Apocalypse. Each time he was on the verge of death, his guardians would find him a new body, achieving immortality through this process. What made it even more terrifying was that when he acquired a new life, he also gained the host's superpowers. No one knew how long he had actually lived or how many superpowers he possessed. His only weakness was that during the reincarnation process, he would temporarily lose all defensive abilities, becoming completely powerless to fight back. This was his most vulnerable moment. As the pharaoh chanted the incantation, runes appeared around the pyramid and a mysterious wave of energy was released, flowing along the pathways on the walls into the pyramid's interior. The golden substance in the grooves seemed to be infused with life force, forming an energy network that suspended Apocalypse in midair. At this critical moment, the oppressed slaves, dissatisfied with Apocalypse's tyrannical rule, launched a long-planned rebellion. After the slaves broke the supporting wooden poles, massive stone blocks slid down the passages. Hearing the commotion, the insider decisively smashed the nearby mechanism, sealing the only exit and completely cutting off Apocalypse's escape route. The sudden turn of events enraged the four horsemen, who quickly launched their superpower counterattacks. Other ambushing personnel charged forward with battle cries. The sorceress manipulated flames, burning these rebellious slaves to ashes. However, their sacrifice bought time to destroy the pyramid. The massive pyramid began to collapse. Watching enormous stones continuously falling from the top and walls, the last surviving slave lurked in a corner, waiting for the perfect moment. At this point, the reincarnation ritual had also reached its final stage. Facing the continuously falling boulders, Apocalypse's guardians still protected him. As the consciousness transfer completed, Apocalypse's appearance began to change while his previous body started aging rapidly. The slave seized this opportunity to launch a sudden attack but was suspended in midair by a guardian's telekinetic power, ending his life. As the last supporting pillars shattered under the heavy impact of the boulders, the pyramid could no longer support its own weight and collapsed with a thunderous crash. The four horsemen suffered heavy losses, with only the last female guardian remaining to protect Apocalypse and continue the ritual. She once again used her telekinetic powers to strip the armor from Apocalypse's old body and attach it to the new host. After the last piece of armor was secured, she immediately concentrated her remaining energy to create a protective shield around Apocalypse. As they continued falling, the female guardian's body was also severely injured. Despite this, she endured the excruciating pain and even sacrificed her own life force to channel energy to Apocalypse, maintaining the stability of the protective shield. Under her loyal protection, Apocalypse's physical form was fully safeguarded until her final moment, when the energy transmission was finally interrupted. Now all four horsemen were dead, and Apocalypse had fallen into slumber. Time quickly passed, and 5,000 years later, Apocalypse's followers were attempting to awaken him. As a ray of sunlight illuminated the pyramid, something eerie occurred. The pyramid's runes began to manifest, and Apocalypse inside was successfully revived. He began attempting to use his superpowers to move away the massive stones pressing down on him, successfully escaping from within the pyramid. The resurrected Apocalypse walked along the road with a bewildered expression. He discovered that the humans he had once regarded as ants had now occupied the earth. He decided to reclaim control, and the first thing he needed to do was find others like himself. Want to know what happens next? Follow me, and I'll soon share the rest of the story.